All right. Hello and welcome to The Orig, a show by Damage Control Podcast.
Do you have the all right written in the script?
No, but I got the hello.
It says push button, take deep breath.
Yeah.
A professionally unprofessional look at the conventions, ideas, and genres of filmmaking. When I searched his name on tfwiki.net...
Oh, I totally forgot this was.
Can I do a pause real quick? He got tired of us fucking around with names, so he's just forcing the names in himself.
No, I just do this every now and then when I get an idea. When I searched his name on tfwiki.net, there were no results matching this query. It's Daniel Newkirk.
So he watched Who's Line the other night.
Yes.
The search results for his name on mlp.fandom.com came up as create the page Cody Dietrich on this wiki. See also no search results found. It's Cody Dietrich.
Okay. Did you say com or cum?
Come. Either way. His name search results for
Same.
His name search results from supernatural.fandom.com came up with links to Tyler Thompson, Tyler Campbell, Tyler Johnston, and just Tyler. It's Tyler Tipton.
There you go.
Dude, who are those characters?
I don't fucking know. Tyler Campbell, he's like their cousin, but I don't know who Tyler Johnson
I
is.
thought for sure Daniel Witwicky would have came up.
I was really surprised that Daniel Witwicky.
Nothing. Like when Tyler Tipton, all these Tylers came up. Nothing for Daniel. Okay, anyway. All right, this episode's topic.
And
Transformers
Adam
fandom. Well, we don't care about him.
Yeah.
He's just the
When
guy
I
that
searched
owns
his name on spicytranny.com, this episode's topic is props. But first, a word from our sponsor.
Oh boy.
We don't get very far.
Across the nation, communities and the parents of Boy Scouts are observing Boy Scout Week, agreeing with the boys themselves that adventure, that's scouting.
Oh, Boy Scouts? That
was it.
Oh, okay.
That was it.
I
Okay.
like how there's no clear ending to our advertisements.
Yeah, how'd that end? Like, adventure, that's scouting. That's it?
That's probably their slogan or whatever.
And then it went right into, so when you're done with scouting, smoke a Camel cigarette. Okay, trivia before we get in. According to avclub.com, what movie prop sold at auction in 2017 made the record as the highest price ever paid for a movie prop? Is it A, the Maltese Falcon from the Maltese Falcon? B, Sam's piano from Casablanca? C, Robbie the Robot from Forbidden Planet? Or D, an autographed nude of Scootaloo?
It's Sam's piano.
Sam's piano?
Oh, it's definitely gonna be Scootaloo.
Oh, robot.
Actually,
Just to have a different.
yes, it's Robbie the Robot from Forbidden Planet with 5.375 million.
Well, the only reason I'm thinking that a lot of science fiction fans are usually...
Because Cody has all the signed copies of the Scootaloo naked.
Well, I think it's basic math. More science fiction fans are in higher paying tech fields, and they have a little bit more disposable income. So I think
I'm a science fiction fan, and I'm poor as fuck.
I said a lot of, not all.
But anyway,
Way to typecast, man. Like, what the hell?
the Maltese
Ridiculous.
Falcon from the Maltese Falcon sold for $4,085,000, and Sam's piano came in at $3.4 million. And the price for the autographed nude of Scootaloo is priceless. So I guess technically that would be the most expensive.
Now, see, if you would have said
So I
an
was right.
autographed nude of Applejack,
Yeah, but those are everywhere.
1.5 billion. Easy.
Well, I mean, really, if you want to know what the autographed nude of Applejack looks like, you just need to find out what like a brand new dump truck is.
You just need to go to my MySpace page, which is definitely still active.
or look at Cody's lower back. He's got a tramp stamp.
Okay, we were not supposed to talk about personal details, Adam.
Oh, okay, sorry.
No identifying factors.
Oh, I'm sorry. My fault. Okay, this is Tyler's episode.
There's a reason we don't do this live on air.
Aren't we doing it live?
You say that like we edit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
This shit is all one live tape.
I'm just hoping one time we say something so bad that we're all like, okay, we actually have to do something about it now.
Adam will just quote unquote lose the episode.
I edited once because Tyler said the F word too quickly. And Danny was like, edit that. So I just scrolled over like 30 seconds to get rid of the F word.
Yeah, and the other time something actually happened like that. You can find it on our YouTube channel, SoundCloud, and Apple Podcasts. This would be the Sex and Movies, where we had to edit in a disclaimer before that one.
Yeah, I do editing.
Twice.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But
so,
it's all right. I know technology is hard for hipsters.
yeah.
So it's my episode.
No, so
It's my episode.
so it was your idea. So subsection.
So
go ahead.
hello and welcome to
You forgot
Damage
the all right.
Control. Okay, sorry. Sorry. Hold on. Button push. Hello and welcome to Damage Control Podcasting. Gesture with hands. A professional, unprofessional. What's that word?
Look.
Look at the. Oh, you're gonna be a little bitch now and drink something.
I was thirsty. You were doing your thing.
Okay. You're fine. You're fine. Go.
Okay, so anyway, subsection. Before you bring out your visual displays that you brought, what are some of our favorite movie props?
I have a quiz.
Oh, he's got a quiz. I like quizzes. Let's
I
do a
like
quiz.
props. I was excited about this.
Yeah?
Okay, so I tried to make this semi-easy. So, name the movie based on the prop.
Okay.
Okay, there's only 5 of them. So I didn't want to go at them and be like, I went to screenculture.com and got top 1 million movie props. Here we go.
Okay.
Exactly. That's what you did. Isn't that in there?
Nah, it's not 5,000.
I would.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, number 1, Rosebud.
Citizen Kane.
Okay. Number 2.
Rosebud's a sled, by the way. That's why it's a prop, not just.
Fucking spoilers. God.
Yeah,
I haven't
I've heard
seen
that
it
it's supposed to be
yet.
one of the greatest movies in cinema, or like one of the best ones. I still have no desire to watch.
It's genuinely good, man. It goes back and forth. It was Rear Window and Citizen Kane. So one year it was Citizen Kane and then Rear Window, and they just kept going back and forth. I don't know what it is now.
What's that movie? That's old Christmas movie where the
It's
angel.
a Wonderful Life.
It's a Wonderful Life. For the longest time, every time I saw a scene from Citizen Kane, I thought it was a Wonderful Life.
That
So
movie.
those black and white?
That movie's only popular by accident.
Really?
Yeah, like that. No one liked that movie when it first came out, and then I forgot when it was, but they like used it to fill airtime, like in the 70s or 80s, I think. And
So it was one
Yeah.
of the first TV movies or something?
No. Like it was a legit movie, like went in theaters and everything, but like no one watched it, and so it was like 70. I want to say 70s. I could be completely wrong, but like they put it on air, and then people started watching it because that's when you'd watch. It wasn't just you see a movie once in the movie theater and then that was it.
Yeah.
And so then like it just started like to be broadcast more and more and more.
Then
And
it became like a every annual thing.
yeah.
It happened with Wizard of Oz as well,
Right.
which we'll talk about later.
Because there's a channel, Scott. It's called Scott Prop and Roll. It's a prop director, and like they talk about different movie props, like they talk about different movie mistakes, and they're like, before it wasn't a big deal if you made a mistake because you're gonna watch it in the movie theater and you'll probably won't.
You
watch
don't
it.
even notice.
Well, you're not going to watch it again unless you go like right back and see it. Once it's out of theaters, you're probably not going to watch it ever again.
So it was
Or-
the simple fact of the matter of you get away with a lot more stuff because you didn't have enough people magnifying glasses on every time they watch a movie now.
Whereas like now, like once a scene is set up, like an army of people come in and take like pictures of every square inch.
Yeah, so if you're doing like a close up of like a newspaper article that's like say your character gets arrested for something and it's the article about your character getting arrested.
Well-
They used to just put like they would take the headline and make the headline and then they would just do like the daily ag report in there cuz no one would pause it and read it. Now they fucking read it. And
Oh, yeah.
Well, I actually had an inclining to try and do that because in a movie I watched recently, there was a bunch of like Easter eggs hidden in a newspaper scene for the opening credits of a movie, and I kind of want to stop to see what else is in there.
Yeah, but before, like I said, now you got people that they take pictures of like every single thing, and like you have like one person whose only job is like continuity to make sure everything lines up. that's why like they hate like certain scenes, like Christmas scenes. Prop guys hate because like it's just constantly like rewrapping like things like over and over again.
Then like levels of snow.
Yeah.
That's why I think people mainly like establishing shots. They'll use real snow, but anything else, like if the actors are constantly in it, it's just like a carpet of cotton. That way they can keep the continuity better.
They talked about there was one scene where like a guy gets something thrown in his face, and he's like, we hate those because then we have to move the actor off. We have to mop the floor, dry the floor, make the floor look like we didn't just mop it. He's like, you have to do so much for this, 10-second spit take or whatever.
There was a scene in Wolf of Wall Street where
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
where Jonah Hill and
Leonardo
DiCaprio are eating sushi.
I like how you knew Jonah Hill, but not Leonardo DiCaprio.
I'm sorry. I knew him. I just can't remember the name when I wanted to remember it.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Get
You
out.
should be.
Get out.
But it was like, I guess, 80 takes of them eating sushi. So he had to eat like 80 salmon nigiri or something like that. And there was another scene, I guess, where they're doing cocaine, which is just vitamin powder. And apparently, they did so much of it, they actually got some lung problems.
All right. Number 2. Plastic bag.
American Beauty.
Yes.
Okay, explain.
I mean, I've seen American Beauty.
It's
but
the plastic bag where he's videotaping it, and apparently like it was extremely hard to find this plastic bag because the director's like, I don't want any writing on it. I just want a plastic bag.
How could that be hard to find something that has nothing on it?
'Cause
Like, is that
everything-
legit?
Because everything's marketed. Think
'Cause-
about it. You go to County Market, their plastic bags got their logo.
No,
on
I
it.
legit know places that just have nothing, though.
where?
Uh,
Because even when I was owning the store and buying plastic bags, the only ones I could find said "thank you" on them.
Exactly. Like they had something on it. Like this prop master like went into a store and like was buying something completely unrelated, and like they put it in like a blank bag, and then they were like, I'll take as many of those as you will give me. And so that's how they found it.
fucking hell. All right.
We've been talking a lot about Kevin Spacey today.
I know, right? It's weird. What's he been doing lately?
Not a lot.
I think he had a guest role on something.
I doubt.
No, I legit think I saw him in something recently.
Okay.
Okay, we'll go move.
Number 3.
Scootalooing right along.
A red stapler.
Office Space.
Oh, yeah.
This is the only time I get to answer questions.
Maybe if you didn't hoard them.
Okay, you're
do you
right.
know the story behind the red stapler?
That manufacturer didn't make it anymore, or it was discontinued. And sorry, was I not supposed to know?
No, I was waiting for you to finish.
No, go ahead, finish.
They did not make a red stapler.
Oh, I thought it was
At
discontinued.
the time, they did not make a red stapler. So they took an existing one, and he moved like the swing line that was on the top to the side, and he put like some clay over top of it to
Oh,
cover
okay.
up the original logo, and then they painted it red.
Oh, but damn.
And then like
so did nobody make a red stapler at that time?
I
or is
guess
it-
not.
okay.
The specific swing
Well,
line one
according
that
to
he wanted.
1950s blue laws, staplers can't be red.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I guess like they
No
only
wonder
made
the
them in
Bloods
like
are so pissed.
black and gray, and Mike Judge was like, I want something that stands out. I don't want it to just fade into the background.
Well, because everything else in that movie has that dingy office atmosphere, so it's sort of like the woman in the red dress from The Matrix.
Never seen it.
The Woman or the Matrix?
Yes.
Ah,
Wow.
I've-
Really?
I've seen the Matrix.
Well, I don't know. Like,
I've seen the
like
Matrix.
we all have that one movie. Like, you've never fucking seen that?
Matrix 1 was good. I could have done without 2 or 3, and I didn't see 4.
4 was solid.
It was?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a 4?
Yeah.
Seriously?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it came out like 2 years ago or something like that. It's
Oh,
really
gotcha.
recent.
Yeah, so Swingline didn't make a red stapler, and then they didn't make one. I think they only started making a red version of it like 20 years after that movie came out.
Damn.
And Stephen Root has said, "Stop sending me red staples," because I guess people send it to him. He's like, "I don't need a red stapler."
Number 4, the Zoltar machine.
Big.
Yes. I don't have any fun facts on that one, really.
Yeah. I always thought that thing was entirely, like, false. Like, I thought that was just made for the movie. And then I found one in town.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's very different than the Zoltar, but it is Zoltar the Fortune Teller, and it is straight from that movie.
Wait, isn't that how the Riddler got his costume? And
It was a Zoltar-esque machine.
Yeah.
It would, like, you'd ask it a question, it would go to a red or no.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, but the question I have with that is, obviously we know the machine doesn't have pants because it's just a torso up. So he had to go somewhere else to get the pants.
What?
What?
The Riddler?
Yes, if he
He,
stole
he made the costume, I thought.
Yeah, but it wasn't the idea. He took it off.
I'm so glad you picked up on the Riddler thing. So I was like,
It took me a minute. Like, I was originally trying to think, like, when did pants exist outside of the world of Zoltar? Like, he was wearing them when he was a kid.
No, it's
But
the
no,
origin,
I know what you're talking
it's
about
the
now, yeah.
origin story of pants.
Before
Pants.
before
movie.
1965, pants didn't exist.
I thought you said you had 5.
I do. I don't need to see
Oh.
the last one. And
You know how
then,
much I like trivia questions.
Yeah.
I don't want to miss one.
the leg lamp.
Christmas Story.
Yes.
I've never seen that.
I've either seen parts of it or I saw it once long ago and don't remember a lot of it.
I've never seen all of it. Fun fact, trivia fact. So, in that movie, there's the scene where he gets his tongue
Stuck to the light pole.
stuck to the pole. Mm-hmm. What they did was they drilled a hole
And the kid's
they-
tongue?
Damn it! I was going to say.
I'm sorry.
in the pole, and then they ran like a dental, one of the suction things from a dentist.
Oh,
And then,
interesting.
So when they would say it, when he stuck his tongue to it, they would turn that on so that it would keep his tongue attached to the pole, but like it wasn't hurting him or anything like that.
Huh. Oh, that's
Yeah, it's,
clever.
So it was.
I
So
could never
it
work
was
in
his
prop
actual.
department.
It was his actual tongue.
Yeah, I mean,
I always assumed it would be like a fake tongue that he was holding on to.
No,
with
Yeah,
his teeth.
exactly.
That was
yeah,
Dumb and
That's what I
Dumber.
thought too.
No, fake tongue
Okay.
technology wasn't quite there yet.
yeah.
Yeah, just ask Dana.
She was not born yet. Wait, when did the movie come out?
Christmas Story?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Fun fact: Peter Billingsley is an Iron Man, or
Yeah.
one of the Iron Man. He shaved his head bald. He did the George Costanza thing.
Yeah,
That's-
he's also in
He
Elf.
he voluntarily gave himself the George Costanza.
He's in
haircut.
Elf, and he's in No Way Home.
Okay, there you go.
I do have one quick quibble about The Christmas Story. That's also a movie that had a sequel like 30 years after.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
The
came out
original.
it came out last year, right? 2024, 2023.
Oh, well, last year was 2024, so good job on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, it's one of those things like, at what point do you just abandon, not like abandon the source?
1983 and 2022
I
was
wasn't
the,
even
was,
around for
was
the-
the sequel.
So 40 years. 39 years.
Did he do the math right on that one?
I wasn't listening to
Oh,
you, so I
okay.
didn't know.
83,
that a lot.
83 to what?
I get that a lot. I think he was right on the
Okay.
math.
Yeah.
But at what point do you try and make a sequel and say it's a sequel to a movie and be all right with that?
It could be 1,000 years if you're using the same characters.
No, they weren't using the same characters.
Yeah,
Yeah, they were.
No, they weren't. Well,
Yeah,
they
it
used
was.
the same names as the characters. It wasn't the same actors, obviously.
Yes,
Well,
it was.
okay.
Peter
Peter
Billingsley.
Billingsley was in
Right.
it. It's the same guy.
Seriously?
Yes.
How do they de-age him? That's
They-
like 40 years.
They didn't.
He was a kid in 83.
Okay.
a now adult Ralphie
Yeah. well,
returns home.
My understanding was that it was like real time skip. Like it was
Yeah.
legitimately 40 years after the events of the first
Okay.
movie.
I'm thinking
What,
something else.
what fucking movie are you
Oh,
thinking?
yeah,
Like,
what are you?
Did you think that Peter Billingsley like played himself
No,
as a kid again?
No, I legit. Okay, I don't know I think there's another movie in this, and it's actually a trilogy, because I distinctly remember
Are you
it's
thinking of-
Ralphie like 3 years later of the original Christmas Story, and they do another thing like.
Well, since we're going off the rails, if you like A Christmas Story, watch an 8-Bit Christmas. That's another
8-Bit Christmas?
version of it. It's basically the same thing, except it's told instead of a BB gun, he wants a NES system.
Oh, okay.
Neil Patrick Harris is the dad.
Oh yeah.
I don't know anyone that's any of the child actors. Steve Zahn is the old man character.
Okay.
Well, the old man in the Christmas Story.
Okay. Are you done with your?
Yeah, I mean, if we got more time, I got some things that can be used as trivia later.
Okay.
on.
All right. So our first subheading. I do subheadings now in this episode. Favorite movie props.
Favorite movie.
So what are
props?
some of your personal favorite movie props?
Easily. Anything Ghostbusters?
Yes, yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
Jesus.
yeah. So I'm sorry that this. Yeah, there was another Christmas Story movie before the 2021. It was made in 2012.
I don't count that.
Yeah, that's where I'm getting the confusing part about. Like, yeah, because this one takes place this is about teenage Ralphie.
Okay, can we? Are you glad?
I yes, because I was having a mindfuck moment because
Hey, we don't curse.
I was
Yeah,
having a
God
mind.
damn it.
I was having a
That
Yeah,
mind.
what the fuck's your problem?
That is my favorite curse word.
Was having a mind flip problem where I was remembering something that actually happened, but I thought I made it up, but no, it is real.
Hey, how do you turn this on? How do you turn this on?
Oh, that looks cool.
What am I doing?
That thing you just did.
Oh.
Okay.
So here we have the Youngling Slayer 3000.
That's Anakin's?
Yeah. The
Oh, Cody, you
Graflex.
fucked my shot.
What do you mean I fucked your shot?
I was taking a picture of Tyler holding it.
If
Move this hand.
we're talking about favorite
I'm,
props,
no. for fuck's sake, Cody.
I can barely hear you.
For
Everybody else
fuck's
talking.
sake.
That's the equivalent of go lower. How's this?
How does that feel, baby?
Show me what you got. There are like 3 things on here that could be a button to turn it on. Which one actually turns it on?
well, I didn't bring the blade for it, but it's.
Why don't we tell the people since it
It's-
isn't visual?
I said
we're
it's
holding?
the Youngling Slayer 3000.
Keep trying to take pictures of it, but people's
It's
hands.
it's the Anakin. It's
Okay.
the Ridge lightsaber.
The one he loses. No, he doesn't. That was episode
Yeah,
2.
he drops it in Cloud City.
I was gonna say the one
Oh,
he
yeah.
loses in the factory, but
Yeah,
that was before.
yeah. It's
So what on this? I mean, I know it don't light up, but what actually is supposed to like Cody said? What actually is
This,
supposed to
right
trigger?
here.
Oh, that's actually supposed to trigger it.
Yeah, that's what triggers it.
Okay, so what is the rest? Well, it obviously.
Does it have a kyber crystal? Kyber crystal?
No.
Oh.
I didn't have that much money.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that I got that from Saber Theory. I hope my wife isn't listening to this. And
So-
here's how many.
So that
random
means that
things I have.
the light part, because that's got a heavy hilt.
Yeah.
So to be balanced, that saber has to have the light must have some weight to it, right?
Well, I think it's supposed to be balanced here to here.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. I completely expected this to be something you had 3D printed. I did not realize this was a
No,
a thing that you have.
I bought that one. I bought all my lightsabers. So
So wait a minute before we move on from lightsabers, since we're on
That's-
Star Wars,
That's cool.
what Star Wars props your favorite?
So my favorite one is Samuel L. Jackson's character's Mace Windu's lightsaber.
Lightsaber?
Yeah, because you can't see it in any of the movies, but it says "bad motherfucker"
Yeah.
on it.
It says BF. It is the abbreviation. Just a distinction. That's all.
okay, what's your
Okay.
favorite?
My favorite has to be Chewie's bowcaster.
Bowcaster.
Like just the thought of like they just gave some a Wookiee a crossbow and said, "Oh, it shoots lasers instead of." So the whole part of it having a bow part makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah.
Like they justify it after the fact. I get that.
You're right. I think they justify it as like some sort of, is it not power emitter, but like energy cell, I think. I'm not entirely sure on that. What the wings on that bowcaster are for. But they justify it in the universe.
That and technically droids would be propped, so I do love CP3O.
Really?
I like
Yeah.
the
You know, that really doesn't surprise me. Okay.
I like the sex
Oh
droids.
yeah, Master Luke.
Yeah, I bet you.
Master Luke.
We're in
the
terrible
jazz-
danger.
The jazz hands really sold that performance.
Well, he could never put his arms down because they attached that little actuator right there. That
No, he could put him down. He just couldn't move him from the L position.
Yeah,
He
that's
could-
what I mean.
Again, very visual podcast.
Yeah.
What?
He couldn't really do the robot.
Next time,
That's
record
that's the only thing he could do.
That's true. That's true. My favorite. If I had a choice, I'd pick like one of the props, one of the kit bashed like X-wings or something. So this topic really made me depressed because I don't know if I'm just getting older and I'm jaded, but like I guess I was thinking more of like what prop would, because in my head I'm like, what prop would I really want, and I'm thinking I don't know what you know what I mean, because maybe it's because I have kids and I'm like, well, my fucking kids would get into this and tear it up.
that's why all my stuff's on a page.
I'd probably want like a, I don't know, like a kit bashed one of the original X-wings maybe, or one of the TIE fighters.
That'd be cool.
So, have you seen season 1 of
It was,
Mandalorian?
don't get me wrong, lightsabers are cool, but it's just the fact that it doesn't have the blade. Like I'd want one that, but like the toy ones aren't cool because Tyler's.
You actually want to be able to cut shit apart.
Yeah, because Tyler's given me so many power swords from He-Man, and I fucked them up because I'm swinging with them and I hit shit.
I mean, this one has a blade, but I mean, it's not a blade.
I know that's, you know.
I mean, Disney did design for their horribly unsuccessful Star Cruiser hotel, but like it was like it looked like this, and you pushed a button, and then the blade came out of the hilt. But
I do like.
So you think it was a bad design feature to make a hotel that you never went outside of?
yes, and it was like even more expensive for Disney. But the problem is that was so expensive. Like there's a scene where it's Rey versus Kylo Ren, and she has it. And, you know, she pushes the button, and you see the blade actually come out of the hilt. And like they don't do anything Disney where like they like move your attention out of the way. It's literally the actress that's playing Rey. She like bends down, sets it down, and then pulls up like a dueling lightsaber. Like it's
a prop switch.
yeah, and it's not like you could have like done like a flash of light or something where like they drop it or something like that. But it was just no, we're just gonna do it.
They
Like
should be
this.
like, look.
yeah.
Okay, back at me.
Even that would have been better than whoop, whoop, here we go.
I would probably, speaking of weapons, if weapons-wise, Star Wars, I'd probably do Han Solo's gun because it's basically just like
It's a German-
the
it's a-
Nazis' favorite
Yeah,
weapon.
you would pick that.
Yeah, I would.
Has everyone seen season 1 of Mandalorian?
Yes.
Yes.
You?
Yeah.
So it's called a Camtono. It's where he opens it up and it's got all the ingots in it. That is in episode 5.
It's an ice cream maker.
Yeah, you see a guy running in Cloud City and he's got it under his arm and it's just an ice cream maker.
Well, episode 1, on Tatooine, Qui-Gon Jinn's talking to Obi-Wan.
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
a
Gillette female razor.
Yeah.
that he's.
See, I like-
That they
I
took
like-
the razor off of.
And they
Nice.
just like put like random things in there.
Anyway, okay, we moving on from Star Wars. What's this?
This is Supernatural. This is the key to the Men of Letters bunker, which is my absolute favorite place in Supernatural. It's like they create it as their bat cave. They basically use it for as like an exposition dump for like how they learn everything. But I just thought it was like an interesting thing to add to the lore.
If you were going to hide a key, would you really make the box so ornate? Wouldn't you make it like the Indiana Jones thing, the cup of a carpenter? Wouldn't you want to make it bland
No,
to keep it hidden?
This is easier to lose than a box.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But if you want
and there's supposed to be like warding on the box, and like there's like magic spells inlaid into it. Like it's not just like a puzzle box. Like there's more to it.
Oh, okay.
And also, if you have a key in a box, you can do the "Give me the key, or else your brother dies." And you toss in the box, and the villain goes later, opens it up, and the key's not there because they already took the key out.
Well, you know what I put in a box?
A
Dick in a box.
Yeah.
That joke's like literally over 10 years old now.
Oh, I can go late. I can go longer than that. Give me a minute. I'll try to find an older one. What's your favorite supernatural prop?
That's cool.
I have a prototype version of this.
I think I like the Colt. The Colt is a really cool gun.
You?
I haven't been able to watch Supernatural yet because we haven't finished this season.
You know that you could have watched it when you got
We did
knocked
finish
out.
the season.
No, we still have the three-way and the Geo Party.
That's
that's right.
That's
That's
unrelated.
Yeah,
to the
so I'm
podcast.
trying, and I keep asking you guys, and I never get a clear answer.
We told you last time that you could watch it.
You
No,
know-
you can't.
You see? You see?
You know what my favorite prop from Supernatural is? The finale, because the show fucking sucks.
Well-
Have you seen an episode? Okay.
Hey,
just checking.
Hey, do you remember that time you wrote a show that lasted 327 episodes?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, you didn't.
Well, we are not up to 300 yet.
Well, wait, we count in the Underdark era?
If we count the Underdark era, we're over. We're like 150.
Yeah, but that's still not 300 and something.
And we only have like 2 listeners, so you know.
Well, I haven't seen it, but you guys talked about the knife made out of the jawbone of a donkey. I imagine that looks...
I should
Yeah.
have brought that.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
Do you
the
have that?
podcast.
Yeah, I made
When you
that.
said I haven't seen
Is that
it.
the first
Yeah,
blade?
The first blade, yeah.
Yeah, but I imagine that looks cool as hell. Anytime you incorporate a bone jaw of a donkey into a dagger, it has to look cool, right?
I'll bring that for the weapons episode.
Wait, all right,
For
let
the
me-
for the rank me off weapons.
Let me think.
Ooh, spoiler.
Let me think real quick. Supernatural.
Because I've got
Oh.
the angel blade. The
Yeah, that cobweb in there.
It was in my basement.
Oh.
But see, I have that one, and then I've also made the
Have we even said what that is?
Oh, that's a
it's
couple.
it's the Holy Grail from
Yeah.
the Last Crusade.
I thought it was supposed to be made out of wood.
I don't know. It's made out of.
No, God 3D printed it.
Actually, Sarah bought me that,
I'm not moving.
and then
Exactly.
I did 3D print
Thank
the.
What, you didn't want
the
my
fake-
hand like that? You
the
wanted
fake
that?
one.
Yes,
Oh,
I want to
okay.
be able to see the
Yeah.
thing they're
Well,
holding.
give me some direction.
So that sits on a shelf next to the one that the false Grail.
Well, make sure you explain to your kids which one to drink from. Otherwise, you're going to be.
No,
at
they
the
got
looking of
figure it
this-
out for themselves.
At the looking of this paint, you
They
probably
gotta learn-
shouldn't be drinking from
They got to
this.
learn the hard way.
They got to figure it out for themselves.
I gotta say, this is pretty dense. What'd you do to this?
I don't know. My wife bought it for me.
Oh,
Did you just not miss this? Did you miss the story where this was a thoughtful gift from his significant other?
yeah, I totally missed that.
Yeah, and then now she complains about how much stuff I have.
All right,
Next.
Any more?
Next.
Whatever. Here, let's move some of these off.
We got the
Oh, the PK meter.
the PKE meter.
Ghostbusters.
This one is specifically from Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Oh, and it fucking lights up and shit. Oh, god damn! I can only get so hard.
This is the one. I don't know how to do it.
Oh, hold
There
on,
we
show,
go.
Show me the front.
There's
Hold on.
there's the taser feature.
Wait, so it's tasing?
Yeah.
So what does it read when it flops out like that? Is it
So
just
when
pick-
it's psychokinetic energy, so it's reading like if there's any ghosts or anything like that. I forgot
Ow.
how to use this. So this is a 1970s shoe polisher that they have just messed with and added different things
Wait,
to.
so what would this part be in the shoe polishing?
I think they added the wings
Oh,
to it.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, originally it was just this.
I imagine it's sort of maybe it'd been like a cake mixer or something. And it'd have like attachments that go on the underside of it.
No, but in the second movie, one of the devices that Winston is using it's just basically that, and then it's got like a potato smasher attached
Dude,
to
it's like
it.
doing something.
There's a button. You're not supposed to hand do that. Adam.
I don't
You're gonna break it.
So this is what it originally looked like. This was the shoe
Oh,
polisher.
that's cool.
what it looked like, and I tried to get pictures of
Oh
everything.
yeah, so yeah, like I said, so it'd get an attachment attached there.
Sure, I don't know. I've never seen it in use, but so that's what they used for the original design of the PKE. And since we got that one, we'll.
Adam may have broken your PKE meter.
That's all right. We'll fix it.
Oh,
And then this is the
Play with it.
this is the Ghost Trap from Ghostbusters.
Was this what you were working on in the maintenance office when you were supposed to be doing maintenance, or was that the?
No, that was Spangler's
Oh,
wand
okay.
that I bought at GameStop, and this isn't turning on, but that's okay because it makes a lot of noise, and I don't know how to do it very well. But out of Ghostbusters, I would say the Ghost Trap is probably my favorite.
I think honestly, it is a toss-up between the Proton Pack and the Ghost Trap for me. Like, I think both are, you see one or you see the other, you immediately think Ghostbusters.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Now, but which Ghostbusters? Real Ghostbusters, Extreme Ghostbusters, Filmation Ghostbusters.
The
Filmation
one with the monkey.
The one with the monkey?
The one with the monkey.
Didn't they have just like a giant thing like they had to hold in front of them?
No, so Kong the ape, or no, Kong wasn't the ape. Kong was the skinny blonde guy, or no, was he the fat brunette? I don't remember. But anyway, the gorilla had the big gun.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it was just something you held. But see that you hook that in there, and it actually comes with a pedal, and you can hit the pedal, and it opens the Ghost Trap. Now that Cody and Daniel are just playing with stuff. But see, I think I would rather. I don't know. I don't know if I like real Ghostbusters more. Like, you remember the real Ghostbusters toys that we used to have? Like the Proton Pack and stuff like that?
Yeah.
I don't know if I like the real Ghostbusters more or the actual Ghostbusters.
I still haven't figured out how those things function, but it is cool as fuck.
I don't think this is necessarily based on anything existing. I think that's just something that they put together. I know a lot of Ghostbusters stuff is just
Kit Bash.
yeah. It's like they've got like a pocket gizmo that's on their belt that's never really seen. I think that's just like a torn apart calculator. It's just different things like that.
My favorite part about this, I know it's a minute detail, it's where they have the fake weld.
Yeah.
If this was really made of metal, where they welded this together in the actual construction of it.
That's not
like,
made of
that is
metal?
a neat detail.
That's not made. Fuck it. I don't want it anymore. Get rid of it.
But yeah, that is cool as hell to me.
I like the inclusion of the wheels.
Yeah. Like I said, it's got the hose that it attaches to the pedal, and you can hit the pedal and it'll open.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. You can actually take the trap out. You can, if I ever get space, I'm going to make the trap, like the firehouse trap.
The storage?
Yeah. I think that's how you do it.
Is it?
And it slides that way. There we go.
That's so cool. This is sort of my favorite episode.
So, and then we've got
You do it
the
a lot.
11th.
Oh,
The 11th Doctor Sonic Screwdriver.
Ooh, do the thing. Do the thing.
This one does not open. This is actually a TV remote control. You can program this to like a TV remote control, and then like if you go like this, the channel will change. Like the channel will go up.
Isn't that
channel
more of
go
a
down.
Harry Potter thing though?
They made a Harry Potter. They made a Harry Potter version of it.
Daniel's over there fighting ghosts.
I'm trying to figure out how to turn it off. I'm legit trying to turn this thing
I think
off.
it's back here. Is it back here?
I don't know.
There, maybe it went up. There, it's off.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
So all the Sonic screwdrivers are made by a company in Wales,
This looks more like a ornate,
No,
Oh.
no. And the 11th Doctors is probably my favorite.
Move your hand.
The newest Doctor, he's got 2 different versions of it, and his look more like a cell phone. Like it like fits in the palm of your hand, and like it slides open, and like one's blue and one's like a magenta.
Oh, so
type.
it's like a multi-tool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
like one's like a magenta type thing, but it's just I like the sonic screwdriver because it's one of those things where like
What does the doctor use it for in the show?
Everything.
yeah, I mean unlocks
Plot
doors.
armor?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
mean basically like he like waves it around, flips it open. It's like all right, it's 19 something or other. Like
Gotcha.
it's Batman's utility belt.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well, kind of mixed with Green Lantern's ring because it can't work on wood.
Okay.
I'm dead serious. It can't work on wood.
Wait, this you can't. You can't do like unscrew the screws in a wood plank. With the
Yeah,
sonic
so he can do
screwdriver?
that.
Okay.
So there's a scene in the 50th anniversary special where they're locked in the Tower of London, and they're like, it doesn't work on wood, and there's 3 of them there, and so from the War Doctor to the 11th Doctor, there's like, I want to say like 400 years.
Yeah, yeah.
So he's like, well, what we'll do is we'll run a sub program through mine, and that'll continue running to yours because it's the same screwdriver but different models. Mm-hmm. And
So they bill and
so
pay
like
it.
so like instantaneously, it works. Like they're going to dissolve the door, and then Clara comes running through the door, and they're like, "How'd you do that?" She's like, "It was unlocked the whole time. Didn't you? Didn't you guys try the door?" And like you're standing there staring at these 3 guys, and you're like, "You're the smartest people in the universe," and you didn't think to check if the door was actually locked.
Sometimes smart people do stupid shit.
But
There's actually a study that a lot of really intelligent people, like pioneers in their field, because of their own intelligence, when they start to believe certain things that aren't in factually not true, their own intelligence will reinforce, well, I can't possibly be wrong because I am so smart.
well, it's that, and then there's being book smart and street smart. I used to work with a girl. She was extreme. She could design a bridge that would never collapse, but like we had to put
She couldn't tie her own shoes.
like we had to get like these long poles for a grill out we were doing, and she literally just kept slamming a pole up against a wall because she couldn't think to lower it down, swing it over, and then raise it back up.
Well, yeah, and there's also that way of thinking. Like you got people maintenance. I'm not using maintenance because I'm not including myself because I am dumb as fuck.
Yes, you are.
But people in that field, like they think about spatial things differently. Whereas that door thing, someone like a plumber or someone probably like, let's go check the door. But these people deal with like cosmic, fucking, and they're like, they wouldn't checking the door wouldn't even cross their mind. You know what I mean? It'd be like, well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring these photons in from the sun, and then we're gonna dissolve the fucking wall.
But like I said, this is so basically it's his like different doctors have had one. The first one was just like a pen light, and it's just changed dramatically over time.
May I say this is a great visual episode for
I know,
for
right?
an
Hey,
audio.
that's why I'm taking pictures.
Daniel's taking pictures so that they can look
I'm sorry,
at
I don't know why.
they can look at the pictures while
But before you switch to the next prop, have I shown you my sonic screwdriver that I have? Oh,
Is
yeah,
it the fork one?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did
okay.
show me because
Yeah.
I remember there was one time I think I was just staring at it and you're like, "What are you looking at?" And I was like, "It's a Doctor Who prop." And you're like, "Yeah, I've never seen an episode."
You're right. Yeah, I got it from a loot crate somewhere, but yeah, I got a sonic
Are
screwdriver.
they still
fork.
around? Loot Crate?
I
Yeah.
think so.
Oh, they really well.
Yeah, I didn't find enough value to keep my subscription going. But
Gotcha.
So I figured I wanted to bring something from the MCU, and originally it was going to be Mjolnir, but I didn't want to bring a giant book bag full of stuff, so I brought the Eye of Agamotto.
Oh, that's cool.
This one does not open though, but I still think it's pretty awesome. Because I was trying to think of the MCU, what would be my favorite prop, and to me that's something that's simple, but it's also like extremely powerful. Like, I can't think of. I mean, that, and I wouldn't be able to lift Thor's hammer.
Oh yeah, you're definitely not worthy.
Yeah.
We need to get a picture of this.
Tyler, I have come to bargain.
Well, all right. See ya. So, I mean, if you had to
Could've
pick one
used this earlier
MCU,
today.
No shit, right?
if you had to pick one MCU prop,
To do what with?
just to
To
have,
own?
because I'm big. I don't know what it. I don't know a lot about the character of Thor, but like I like the idea of like a hammer as a weapon. So like I have like regular Mjolnir, and then I've got the cracked one from Thor Ragnarok. Even though I couldn't get like more than 5 minutes into the movie, but for some reason, like I said, I like the idea of just like a hammer as like a badass weapon. But
Yeah.
I can't think of like a huge number of props.
Like, I think if I had to pick one prop to like, if I could own one from the MCU, it would be Doc Strange levitation cloak. Like, that'd be pretty sweet. It was a tough call between that and Cap shield.
Yeah. Now, would it be his theater shield, his regular shield, stealth shield, or the vibranium shield?
Definitely not the stealth shield. I didn't care for the
Did you get a picture?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that just supposed to be his normal shield that they painted?
I think so. You're talking about like the one he got from Wakanda, right? Where it's like
In Winter Soldier, like the first like 10 minutes where like he jumps in the water. It's like
And it's
the-
not bright.
It's
okay.
like the blue and like gunmetal gray. Mm-hmm. Well, I guess I'm assuming it would have to be his shield because they didn't have any more vibranium.
right.
What about you?
So,
A set worn cat suit from Black Widow.
Sick.
I
What?
wouldn't.
you can really smell the sweat in this one. Yeah.
I wouldn't want an entire Iron Man armor set, but I'd at least maybe want a helmet or a glove.
The nano gauntlet.
Yeah.
Now,
See, so this brings me to why I was so depressed. Not really depressed, but I was just like, I don't think I'd want. I don't think I'd want that. I don't know. That's what bums me out.
why?
I don't know. I couldn't answer it. That's why another reason why it bummed me. I was like, I don't
What?
know.
Scarlett Johansson isn't hot enough for you?
No.
I thought he was going to say
No.
a cat suit worn by Jeremy Renner.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Apparently, he's doing better.
Good.
Well, I hope he's not doing worse.
Right.
So I've never read the Infinity Gauntlet saga.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is his gauntlet in that? Is it supposed to be metal, or is it supposed to be like
no?
cloth?
It's a cloth. It's a
Okay.
glove.
So one of the things I had. So is that because they clearly changed it to metal?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a huge difference? Like, would that? do
Well, you
think that
can't
would
really
make
snap with
an-
a metal gauntlet.
Well, I know that, but
Well-
I'm saying like, would that anger? Do you think that would piss off a comic book fan?
I don't think so. Like, you make something special about it, but originally it wasn't anything special. It was literally just the glove he wears.
That
And, like,
has the gems on it.
right. Like the Infinity Gauntlet doesn't do anything without the Infinity Stones, other than keeps his hand warm.
Gotcha.
You know. So that they kind of kept true. Like the gauntlet legit doesn't do anything, but there wasn't anything special like dwarf Uru crafted metal that could harness the power of the stone or whatever bullshit they gave in the movie. You know.
Yeah, I feel like that was more just plot to make things work.
Yeah, and the Infinity Stones always like the consistency of their power because like at one point Drax like crushes it and eats it like a jelly bean.
Ew.
Yeah, like eats one of the stones. So
I
it's
hate to
like
pass that.
There's even one story I hear where an Infinity Stone grows in Iron Man's mind.
this might be the first one I don't recognize.
So this is the box from Smallville. These are all Smallville props, I believe.
Oh, okay.
That one you just picked up was the very first prop I ever bought on Replica Props. And this was like, I don't know how long. This was like when Smallville was still going on. So like 20 years ago.
So was that like a memory chip?
That's the key to the ship. They
Oh.
He puts it into his Kryptonian ship and it flies off. That one, if you hold up to the light, it's got acrylic on the back, so it makes the symbols light up.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
I didn't say anything.
Uh-huh. And you're still not saying anything.
I'm-
You're being a dick.
I don't know anything about
That's one
Smallville.
that they tried to recreate. That's a Kryptonite one. They tried to recreate a version of it, and it's up destroying the ship. And I don't know what else is in there.
A ring.
A ring.
Oh, that's the red Kryptonite ring that makes Clark go insane.
Why would he wear it?
He didn't know it was red Kryptonite. That was the first instance of red Kryptonite in that
Yeah,
show.
so somebody found a ring, like, hey, I'm going to put it in a class ring. Okay, this is cool.
What's the
Clark's got some really fucked up shaped fingers.
Yeah.
What's the box from, or is that
The
just...
box. So the box is it's like a lead box that Lex has, and then he tells it's supposedly from the legend of Saint George that slayed he went to go slay a dragon, and the dragon almost killed him, and he removed all of his armor and he melted it down and made a box and put all of his fears and doubts in it, and then stepped out to face the dragon, and the dragon was so taken aback that he wasn't wearing any protective material that
He fought the dragon nude?
no, he took off his armor and melted it down into this box.
Gotcha.
You know, it'd be funny. You know how Japanese people and Chinese people, they've come out and said, like,
Where's this going?
all these Americans that have Japanese Chinese tattoos, and it's like, oh, this means love and hope, and like they're like,
It's
no,
sweet and sour.
that means
dumpling soup.
That means wash your hands after shitting or whatever. What if like this Kryptonian language is like an actual Kryptonian looks at it and goes, that means fucking like something ridiculous. I couldn't.
If
You
found,
dropped-
return to Jor-El.
You dropped the ball on that.
Well,
one.
I
know,
like,
right? Like,
Or it's like, or if found, return to Jor-El.
yeah.
or if it's someone says like I love wiener or something. I had something better. I forgot what it was.
Oh, that'd be a classic. That'd be a fucked up joke.
like
it's
Clark's
this
been
symbol
like-
means hope to my people. And Kryptonian finally like, why do you got Dick Badger?
Yeah,
Dick Badger.
or just something weird like,
Dick Badger.
like fucking Zod shows up and like starts laughing. Clark, what's so funny? You don't know what that means. It
means Dick Badger.
It means hope on my planet. It does not. Your dad lied to you. Your dad's a prick.
Jesus.
what if it's just something like that? Zod sucks cock or something like that. Maybe that's why he's like,
Damn, Cody's going deep. Zod sucks cock.
well,
Yeah,
that's
Zod
why.
shows up in peace, and Superman goes to meet him. Like, what the fuck, Clark?
Yeah, man. What the hell?
Hell, I traveled all this way, and now I'm gonna fuck your planet.
I just wanted to hang out, man.
Next one.
No, that's all I got.
That's all you got. That's all I got. No, okay.
Is that not enough?
That's amazing. I like
Yeah,
it.
that's
Those were just some of them.
I am not entertained.
You are
You
not
know
entertained.
what?
Do you want me to bring it?
I don't know if we want to do your trivia now.
You already did it though.
We already did all of your trivia?
Yeah.
What?
You guys get mad at me because why don't we just be a nothing but trivia podcast?
I mean,
I
we're
got-
not ever legitimately mad about you.
I got
about
some
that.
trivia.
Yeah, it's more about the cliche. I'm kind of disappointed.
I got more stuff written down.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, you do your thing.
Well,
Is it stuff from Screen Rant?
this is
No.
this is just some
Collider.
random things. So, the Mr. Fusion on the DeLorean
yeah.
is a coffee grinder.
Yeah, that one looks like a coffee. I think it's supposed to be a coffee grinder, isn't it?
No.
In the movie,
Uh-uh.
because he puts an orange peel in it.
No, that's what makes the fuel.
Oh, okay, all right.
This one's for Daniel. The alien med lab equipment.
No, I
is
know.
a-
It's the Transformer. Not
Shockwave.
Yeah,
Shockwave,
It's
yeah.
a partially transformed Shockwave.
yeah.
Everyone's seen GoldenEye.
Yes.
The remote mines. That's the bottom of a joystick that they added like LEDs to. This one, if you look up the picture, it's hilarious. It's X-Men: The Last Stand, when Jean Grey's in the med bay, she just has 2 Sony earbuds like right here, and that's supposed to be medical equipment.
Oh yeah.
It's supposed to be like reading like her heart rate or something. The original Tron helmet is a hockey helmet.
I can see that.
Okay.
Everyone's favorite video game movie, the Super Mario Brothers. The Devo gun is a Nintendo Super Scope.
But yeah, that makes sense though.
What else I got? I think that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. One of those things that I watched like a filmmaking thing, and they talked about how, like, if you go to the hardware store, you'll see bits and pieces of props from some of your favorite movies.
Oh yeah.
And they literally like walked down the vacuum cleaner aisle and reassembled a ray gun from like a classic sci-fi movie through vacuum cleaner attachments, and like they just put it together real quick, and they're like, all right, you glue this together and you spray paint it black and you get yourself a ray gun. Exactly.
And it works. Mm-hmm. Like I think one of the guns from the Alien series is I always say the wrong name. It's what's the drill that can drill through concrete? Is it a hammer drill or a power drill?
No, it'd be a hammer drill.
Yeah, a hammer drill.
Then power drill's a completely different thing.
So it's just a hammer drill just spray painted.
Yeah, and the in Aliens, the sequel, when they initially go into the hive, the guy that's got the gun that's attached to his back, that's just a
GoPro?
No, fuck. It was just in my head. Steadicam. It was just in my head. Yeah, it's just a Steadicam for a camera, except they took the camera off, put the gun on it, and it looked fucking sci-fi-ish. Okay, so you've I guess you kind of already did your favorite movie props, but throw in. So what are some favorite movie props? Just
the DeLorean.
DeLorean.
See, I gotta say, one of my favorite movie props, I can't even remember what it's called. I just know the image of it. It's that 5-bladed thrower thing.
Kroll? From Kroll?
Yes. What's it called?
Oh, I don't know. I just know it's from Kroll.
5-bladed thrower thing.
From what movie?
Kroll.
God. It's a really...
It's
a bad...
It's a bad sci-fi movie, but the weapon itself has maintained pop culture status.
Hang on, I'll look it up. Keep talking.
Yeah, real pop culture.
It was in Ready Player One.
Okay.
I'm trying to think.
I don't remember it. I didn't recognize it.
The glaive.
The glaive. So it's like basically a throwing star that has 5 blades that extend out from it.
Well, yeah, that's what a throwing glaive is.
Yes.
Okay. The Perba dagger from The Shadow.
Oh yeah.
That's the
one that its head spins around and
it's like
it eats you or bites you.
Yeah, it bit Alec Baldwin in the hand.
So my dad actually had a replica of the Perba dagger, and it was really cool. It had a stand, and it would have like a sleeping face, and then you could turn it around, and it would have the angry awake face, and it was one of the coolest things I remember him having.
I've printed one, but it's one of those things where it's got so many angles and everything. I couldn't make it like look super realistic, like a double-faced evil dagger would. But
okay.
Yeah, his was like metal, like like solid, and like it was. If I remember right, it had a hell of a point on it.
Sorry, go ahead.
I like swords and different stuff from different movies and things like that. I mean, props like that. I also like the random like kit bashing and things like I'll watch people make gonk droid replicas where basically it's just 2 bins flipped over on top of each other, and then like you cut out a hole and you put like a muffin pan on the front, and then you just go to a hardware store and you just buy a whole bunch of random shit and attach it to it, just like things like that.
All right. If money was no option, space was no problem. Like clearly.
What about time?
Nothing's a problem. Nothing. What movie prop would you purchase?
Life-size replica of the Death Star.
Okay.
You said no restrictions.
That is true. That is true. Didn't they say that would take like a quadrillion dollars to.
Someone-
You said money was no,
No, I'm
option.
saying-
Buy me one, Adam.
The only story I
I'm about
have
to
about
suck a lot of
that
dick. I'll work on it.
is someone. I think this was when Obama was president.
Thanks, Obama.
But they sent like something to the White House saying that we should build a Death Star. And like they had like so many signatures, and the White House responded, and it was like your basic like no response, and then it went to also, why would we waste our time building a moon-sized battle station with such an obvious weakness that a single X-fighter could the X-wing could destroy? And I was like, that is awesome.
Yeah, I love it when people have personalities
Yeah,
like that.
because you could have just been like,
their agencies do.
like just ignored it and been like, or just said no. But it's stuff like that.
I would have an Iron Man armory. I like every suit that's ever been. I'd have a replica
Now,
of it.
okay, say you can only pick one suit. Which suit would you pick?
Ironmonger,
No,
The Ironmonger or the Mark One?
the one Jeff Bridges was in.
Really?
the Ironmonger was a pretty sweet looking armor.
it'd have to be the Hulkbuster then.
I'm going Mark 5. I want the suitcase suit.
And I'm going to be hipster here. The stealth armor from the comics.
Which one's that?
It's all like blue and purple, and it just looks sleek as fuck.
See, I love the. I wish they wouldn't have put that in the trailer, but I love.
Oh wait, we can pick the one from the comics.
Well, I mean,
yeah, you
I
said
did.
anything.
I want to do the one from the '60s. It's got like the radio antenna on it.
The all gold one.
yeah, like the really old school one.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Right?
That's pretty cool.
Hang on, let me see if I can find it.
Jesus.
Good lord, we're dropping shit all over the place today.
Yeah,
I
that's
haven't
cool.
dropped a single thing.
Another one is Iron Man 2099. It's a I think it's a relative, either a son or a nephew from the future, and he's got exaggerated shoulder details that look pretty cool.
See, I just like a lot of.
Different one.
I'm trying to think of what other. Mine's mostly cars. Like I want the Ecto one.
Huh. That must be a newer version.
Yeah, something like this, but like more gold voice. It's got like the radio.
Oh,
antenna
okay.
on it.
I got you. I got you.
Okay, all right.
I don't know what other.
If money was no option for
I think
me,
you got the name of that armor wrong.
I would rather have like a movie set.
A movie set.
Like in my basement, I would recreate the pirate set from the climax of the Phantom. Like actually have the water around in my basement.
Oh, okay.
And,
Okay.
or like the you ever
Yeah.
seen Event Horizon, the cheese grater hallway where it spins
Oh,
around
okay.
going
It's-
to.
No, see
it's
what I
very
would pick.
similar.
I would just want the the skull throne from the Phantom.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's reminiscent of that,
I
but
don't
there's
know.
an older version of it where it's got the gears.
So besides the Death Star, what would you pick?
So something realistically, I would Matrix of Leadership from the 1986 cartoon.
Okay, here this kind of segues into something I wrote that I had a question. So you have the Transformer series that started off as a cartoon, went to live action.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the cartoon Matrix of Leadership,
Yes.
and we kind of talked about this when we talked about the Infinity Gauntlet. Do you remember the Matrix of Leadership in the second movie, The Revenge of the Fallen? Sorry, Cody.
Yes, I do remember it. Yeah.
Now, do you think that was something that they had, that they changed, like clearly they changed the look of it, but is that something where it's like, all right, they couldn't have made it, taking out the horrible plot, but based on that universe, are you like, no, it should still look like this? Because I don't know a whole lot about Transformers, but I know what the Matrix of Leadership looks like.
Right. And for me, the look of the Matrix and Revenge of the Fallen didn't bother me so much because it matched the style of the Transformers that they had in that universe. Now, if you tried to put that kind of Matrix in, say, Transformers 1 or even in Transformers Bumblebee, I don't think it works. Because it doesn't, because like they made them like super metal and sharp angles and all of that stuff.
It looked more like a weapon. Like one end was like coming up and the other one was coming down.
Right. It just looked. It fit the universe they were trying, or the aesthetic they were going for. So I think in that context it works. But it wasn't something that I'd be like, oh, that's really cool. I'd want to own that. I would want the original 1986 because that's the Matrix to me.
Gotcha.
And I think that style would work in Bumblebee or in Transformers 1.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. I'd want a working Omnitrix from Big Ten.
Jesus.
I don't think the science is quite there yet.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. The same question I have for you is the Power Sword.
What about it?
So can you the Power Sword from the Filmation universe?
Yes.
Can you transfer that? So, like, the Dolph Lundgren version
No.
didn't have that same version.
Did not like the Dolph Lundgren.
This one...
We talked about it in the commentary.
This one, it has a... It's similar to that. I mean, it's a little bit... it doesn't have the freestanding kind of orbs on the...
Right, you talking about the
ends.
newest movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, the sword looks good.
So that's more in that world. And I tried to think of one for you, Cody, for One Piece, but I couldn't find... anything that's
It's the One Piece bikini that they're opening for.
Funny.
I thought it was.
It's kind of hard with that because the other one that actually uses notable weapons is Zoro, and he has 3 swords. So the closest one would be his sword Enma.
I'm sorry,
Jesus.
what?
Enma.
Enma. That is not what you said the first
Yeah,
time.
I
A
messed
sword
that up.
enema is a completely different thing.
Enma.
That would
It's
have
supposed
been
to
more
be-
badass if the name of the sword was Enema.
Yeah, it's named after a Japanese god of the dead or the underworld. or
If
something
I
like
came up on someone and he's like, "This is my sword," Enema, I'd be like, "I'm out. You win."
Okay,
is-
so sorry, I've got a quick story where we're still on the enema joke. I played a video game called City of Heroes, and it was basically like Marvel DC knockoff video game. It's fantastic. But during the closed beta for City of Villains, they were killing all of the villains by having their version of the Avengers or Justice League like pop in and just murder everybody. And their version of Hawkeye, while they was fighting, he at one point shouted, "Now it's time for the enema arrow." And
Jesus.
yeah, it was a good time.
But yeah, and it's kind of hard in One Piece because
Like
a lot of swords kind of look the samey. Like the only one that I would think is relevant that would have a distinct look that is different than the rest is sort of Mihawk's sword. I can't remember the name of it, but it is got this outrageous pommel that almost looks like a cross.
Prostate exam sword.
Well, not even necessarily like weapons, but like the
Devil fruit.
The devil fruit. Like, is
Yeah.
there a distinct difference between?
Yeah, every single devil fruit looks different, but
No.
we've only literally seen like 3 different devil fruits the entire time because after we've seen the powers, they've already been eaten.
I'm saying like from the cartoon to the live action, is there a distinct, or like the ship, is there a distinct difference to where you're like that they've completely changed? What I'm getting at is if you're taking something that was once animated to live action and each prop exists, like are they changing that? Like the Matrix of Leadership, they're changing that to fit that universe. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, I get what you're saying. For the most part, they've kept the same. Like, one of the more popular ones that I know of is Sanji has a lighter that actually had been made into a real-world version before the One Piece live action. That is
Okay.
almost entirely 100% accurate. Like, and it's one of those things, it's just like, prop-wise, they're always changing clothes. Every arc, they have a different outfit. So it's not been really a thing of, I think the most iconic thing would be the straw hat, but that's the simplicity of it. It's just a straw hat.
Because, I mean, there's some props that, and as weird as it may sound, are more popular than, the show themselves.
Right.
Like, Adam's never seen A Christmas Story, but he knows what the leg lamp is from.
Yes.
Things like that. So like I didn't realize when I watched Revenge of the Fallen, I didn't realize, even though they said the Matrix of leadership, I didn't realize that's what it was, because that's
not what it looked like.
I couldn't wrap my brain around, okay, that's the same thing as to what homeboy Galvatron's wearing around his neck, like some bling back there.
One Piece is one of the few ones that doesn't really have that distinction of notable things. That I guess the closest thing would be the Going Merry, but for the most part, it's not hard. It's easy. You can't really get it wrong. And there is that idea of like, yeah, you're making something that's been animated and drawn into a real life thing, so you're going to have some concessions. But it's one of those things, you're not doing... going from point A to point B is very simplistic because it's a kind of a real world thing still. So there's not a lot of, oh, we changed up the geometric design because it's supposed to be an alien device to make it look more alien. There's not really that, because it's still using people with human proportions for the most part.
Well, I guess an example for me, which Adam had to talk to me about when it came out, was, the Green Lantern that you see is a lantern. Like, that's what it looks like. But then when everyone's favorite comic book movie, Green Lantern 2011, came out, they had it look like an alien lantern. And I was like, no, this is dumb, this is stupid. And I was in my comic book rage, and Adam's like, yeah, but it's alien. It's what you would think an alien, something, a universal. And I hate giving Adam credit when he's right about something. It doesn't make sense for all of these aliens to have an Earth-style lantern in that universe.
And
right?
It's that same thing with the Matrix of leadership. Like, I can understand after the thought why they did it, because you're trying to make it. You're trying to think from an outside perspective, like, this doesn't have human connections. This is supposed to be outside of human peer review or oversight. So you have that stuff like, yes, I see why you think, and it makes sense, but at the same time, when you're adapting those things, you still have to have a certain amount of recognizability to the source material, or people who are going to see it because they love this property are going to be like, why'd you do that? It was such a needless change.
That is the cup of Christ, and you are doing unholy things to it. I want to know how I got that across the seal without...
Okay. We've talked about this off the pod, I think, but what's the lowest connection? What's the lowest common denominator for a movie prop that you'd be willing to spend? Example would be like 1 inch by 1 inch square of like the carpet from the famous carpet from The Shining. Like, what's the lowest common denominator?
Okay, so if it's like, hey, this cup was in the diner in the back scene that is on the table, I'm like, I don't give a fuck about that. If it is something the actor actually touched, I think I'd have more interest in it. I'm not going to be like, hey, this car was in the background scene of Gone in 60 Seconds. It was in the movie. Yeah, but it wasn't the one the guy was driving.
Who's your favorite Batman in the live action?
Affleck.
Who was the one after Keaton?
Bale. Or no, fuck, that one.
Kilmer.
Right? Kilmer.
Because I think, I like the original Keaton, but Kilmer, I think, is the one with Catwoman and the Penguin.
No, that's Keaton.
That's still Keaton?
Yeah, Keaton did 1 and 2.
Okay, yeah.
Kilmer did 3. Clooney
Yeah, so
did
it's
4.
Keaton.
Okay, so what if someone came with a foot-long section of his cape, and he can verify it? It's all verified, but it's just a cutout. It's in a shadow box. It doesn't look like... I mean, you look like, oh, yeah, I guess that is
Okay, maybe the rule for... If I have to explain for 3 paragraphs why I care about this thing to somebody who's looking at it for just a single glance, I think I wouldn't want it. Well, if it is the actual full cape and be like, yeah, this is Batman's cape from the movie, I just need that explanation.
Why would it take you a paragraph? Hey, Cody, what's that? It's a section of Batman's cape.
Yeah, but then you'd have to explain which Batman.
It's Kilmer in Batman Returns.
Kilmer wasn't in Batman Returns, so it's probably extremely valuable.
That guy lied to me.
Yeah.
No, it'd be this. I think a section of cape that you couldn't tell because it's a jigsaw piece of the rest of the cape. I still wouldn't really be interested in. It'd be like, hey, this gravel came from a stone that was in the Green Mile.
You know what would change my opinion on that? Because I'm kind of with Cody. Like, if it's just a section of the cape, probably not. But if someone took a section of the cape and turned it into an action figure-sized, full-length cowl for an action figure,
Okay.
I'd fucking own that in a heartbeat.
All right. Okay, that changes it. Like, I can agree with you on that.
Right? Like, that would be so fucking cool. Like, to own, like, to say, hey, this Batman action figure is wearing, you know, the cape and cowl from movie 2, and it's legit the same material. And
But will this change it? It's an action figure of Batfleck, but it's Keaton's cape.
I mean, I would eventually try and find a Keaton
okay.
Batman, but I mean, I wouldn't care, you know?
Like, it'd be the same discussion with, like, hey, this is Tom Brady's game-winning jersey.
I'm surprised you know who that is.
Yeah, I know
He's
that
on the
guy.
Brady
What
bunch.
team does he play for?
Patriots?
Hey!
Yeah,
that was a
town,
guess.
What town are the Patriots from?
New England?
Yes. All right. So don't give me a strange funky side eye whenever I make a sports reference.
Okay, so would you? So if someone's like, "Hey,"
No, like, you ask me about anybody else.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, ask me about anybody else.
Where did Green Bay play?
Wisconsin?
Yes, but also Green Bay.
Ah. Gotcha. Yeah.
So if someone's like, "Hey, here's a 1 inch by 1 inch section of Freddy Krueger's glove from the original Nightmare on Elm Street," you would buy it?
No.
Like, if you could buy it,
No.
you wouldn't buy
Because
it.
it's metal and cloth, so what section would it...
It's from the back. It's like it's a piece of cloth.
Nah.
Yeah, I think for me...
That wouldn't... Freddy's glove probably wouldn't work on that one. If it was part of his sweater, maybe.
Okay, so if it was part of his sweater.
It'd have to be verified because that's the
Jesus Christ.
Yes,
So
that was the rules of
it's-
your game, was that it was verified.
But see, that's the thing. Like right here on our table, prop making has become so readily and so good that
So
in your game scenario...
yeah, like, you are so jaded. Like, you said it is verified. It's 100% the real thing. You are still doubting your made-up version.
I probably would.
See, like, I don't necessarily care if it was like screen used. Like, I have a version of Longclaw from Game of Thrones.
Wasn't that the Wolverine Batman amalgamation?
Dark Claw.
That's Dark Claw.
Okay.
Ruined your joke.
But
No, I really thought it was Longclaw.
but I'm perfectly fine with owning my replica compared to a screen used version by Kit Harington.
Okay.
Now, would it be cool? Yeah, but at the same time, I'd probably be like Adam, swinging it around and fucking break it, and then I would like lose my shit.
So you have a really sweet replica ghost trap.
Yes.
If you could get one of the real ghost traps from Ghostbusters 1, something that could be confirmed that, like, Dan Aykroyd touched it and threw it across the ballroom.
Not rolled through. Ah!
Well, yeah, because they didn't have wheels on that one. At least no visible wheels.
Shit, that's difficult.
But
I don't know. I really don't know. Like, I'm completely backpedaling because now I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
If
you're
I'm sitting here
jaded,
thinking
too.
about it.
well,
But at the same time, like I said, yes, it would be cool, and I would freak out every time I saw it, but I would be so terrified to mess with it.
It's
any
got to
way,
be in a glass case.
in any
like-
way, shape, or form.
well, it's like, I imagine there's this scenario out there where there's somebody out there that collects vintage toys, that has children. They're like, Daddy, why don't you ever play with these toys that you have in these boxes? And one day he comes home and a kid has opened up his vintage G.I. Joe, and he's like, ugh.
Yeah. So
And that guy goes to jail for child murder.
in my basement, there's a whole bunch of like old Batmobiles and stuff like that. Like, I've got the Batman and Robin and different versions like that, and like a lot of the '89 Batman vehicles, and they were all in boxes. And again, I hate giving Adam any credit, but I was like, I'm gonna keep these in boxes, and he's like, why? Like, why are you gonna keep them in, like, are you going to, like, are they collector's items to you? And I'm like, no, I just think they're really cool. And he's like, then why would you just leave them in the box? Like, nothing against people that leave things in boxes. I'm like, you know what, that's true. And so my son will go downstairs and he'll, you know, be like, it's like the Batcopter, and like, it's the coolest thing in the world. And the only thing I say is, you know, just, hey, don't, you know, be careful with it. So it's one of those things. Like, I wouldn't want it to where, you know, I would be so afraid if someone came over and was like, this is cool, and like threw it up in the air and then broke it. And then I was like,
why would you?
Well, our friendship is over. Get out. You owe me the replacement.
That's
cost.
the Holy Grail.
nah,
Oh,
there's no holes in it.
that was.
There's at least one hole because you just put your fingers in
Yeah.
it.
Nah, that doesn't count. It's just an opening.
Well,
But that's what I'm saying.
Openings
Yes.
are holes.
Shh, Cody didn't realize. But that's you know, like you said about the ghost trap. Like, I would love it, but at the same time, I would probably, you know, I'd be so afraid to mess with it in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
That's why, I mean, I prefer, you know, all these different random replicas and stuff like that, to where it's like, compared to the actual screen used prop. Well, yeah, I would never be able to afford an actual Graflex lightsaber that was used on there.
But yeah, it's
This was the worst episode to try and keep Cody's hands to himself.
Well, no, not hands. Well, I don't care if he touches the props and stuff. Lower.
I don't care if he touches the props and stuff.
The only thing that I care about is when he messes with the microphone and causes it to rumble in my ears. So that I will slap his hand for.
I'm trying.
I know you are, and you're getting better.
Okay. But yeah, it's that thing. Like, if I have these things, I would want to actually enjoy them. If you're buying something with the intention of like, oh, I want this because it has a value that I'm going to profit from it from later to sell down the line, it hasn't become a thing you love. It's become an investment.
Well,
And
see-
it becomes something that is not, you don't actually care about it for what it is. You care about it because, 10 years down the line, I'm going to be able to sell this for double the price. And like, yes, maintaining it and taking good care of something is, I think, two separate things. Like, there's stuff you can do, like, hey, yes, like you said with your son, play with it, but just don't be bashing it against the wall, basically. And it's just one of those things, like, when you make that change from over this is something I enjoy to something I have to guard and covet and protect, it becomes not the thing you love.
Yeah, so like similar looking around this room, I mean, Daniel's clearly got a whole bunch of stuff that he cares about.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you've got your Transformers action figures out.
Yes.
You know, they're not hidden away in a box. And like I said, as lame as this sounds, I can't get the image. You know, when you picked up the PKE meter and we're playing with it and we're all giddy, like that's what I like. Like I like, you know, being like, oh my god, this is the coolest fucking thing. Like that's the whole point. It's not made to sit in a box. Like
Exactly.
That's why I always forever I wanted to do. If I could pick a job, it would be to work in the prop department. Like if I could go anywhere, like it would be to go to like Warner Brothers Studios, to where all their props are kept.
Have you ever been there?
Warner Brothers Studios?
Yeah.
Their prop department? No.
It's part of the tour, and it's like a giant football-sized thrift store.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Like
It's cool.
like
there's a mile-long shelf of just phones.
yeah.
Or just fucking any kind of phones.
Like,
it is wild.
Even like working in a prop house, like that would be amazing to me. Like just because, you know, like you get people that come in, they're like, hey, working on this movie. It's set in 1970. I need, a phone that does this, this, and this. And, someone just said, okay, here it is. Here's this, 1970, 1950. All those different things. And maybe it's because I'm a hoarder and I don't like throwing shit away.
This is weird. This is weird. And you guys may understand it because you guys probably know more about business than I do, but I don't get it. So they were on the tour. They were talking about this. They were talking about how there was a Warner Brothers movie being made, and they wanted to use this from the prop department, but they couldn't afford it. And I'm like, but it was a Warner Brothers movie being shot in a Warner Brothers backlog, but I guess each department charges the other department, but it's like I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Well, I imagine. Well, maybe it has to be like a highly used item, like, hey, we have these 3 gun props that are highly used in almost every fucking action movie because it's like the standard gun.
But if it's
But if you want that gun, this movie is being budgeted this high, so they'll probably need it more often than this other guy.
Because you got to pay the employees, so you still have to pay the budget.
Because
but doesn't Warner Bros. the big Warner Brothers just trickle down and pay for everything?
Well, so someone from that film that's being made, they've got to pay the prop house because they've got to find it. They've got to make sure it's in working order. They've got to get it set up. And then when it's returned, they're paying someone that's making sure it's returned in the right order and everything like that.
But then that include.
It's also. I imagine it's also to keep, if it's anything like my business, you got to keep a running.
Chelsea's?
Yes, you got to keep a running total which pornos are going out.
That was my foot.
Oh.
Going out to see what becomes obsolete, what not becomes obsolete, to prove that. What if? Okay, we got to see how much work the prop department's actually getting. If they're not actually doing a lot of work, why do we have 50 of them on staff? So that is you have indirect labor and you have direct labor. So if you have a bunch of indirect labor that's not technically contributing to stuff, that is wasted money.
Are you indirect or direct?
I'm direct.
But yeah, if I could go to the Warner Brothers prop house and just walk, because I watched the Game of Thrones behind the scenes and stuff like that they were going through. I mean, they just keep all this shit. They're like, yeah, this is a box of 8 different versions of Sean Bean's severed head. And it's just...
I bet you those get a lot of use. As many times as he fucking dies in movies.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever seen... There's this clip out there. It's like, what if Sean Bean didn't die in every movie he was in? And it was just him changing shit up in every movie he was in?
But, stuff like that. That I love props.
Okay.
All right.
We got wrap it up because I'm trying to stick to the hour 30. We never do, but
Where we at?
we can actually make it this time.
What are we at?
Hour 27.
So, when I was a young boy...
Did your dad take you to see a marching band?
Yes.
What
Okay.
TV or movie...
Go ahead.
No, I do want to tell a story.
No, Daniel, sir. He was talking.
Are we doing the closing?
Yeah, I was going to do the closing.
Okay, real quick for the closing. I did a section of props that disappeared or got stolen. I just want to do this one. The Goonies treasure map.
Sean Astin's mom threw it away.
Sean Astin's mom threw it away, yeah. So Sean took it. He wasn't supposed to take it from set, and he took it. And then he was living with his parents at the time. And then
Wasn't he a kid?
Yeah, he was living with his parents at the time. And then...
I'd hope so.
So when he turned 18, he was doing a play overseas. So he boxed a bunch of all of his shit up, and he was over there for 6 months. And when he got back, his mom threw a bunch of his shit away. And apparently one of the Goonies treasure map was in one of those boxes. And
so that is probably a high ticket item that is just fucking gone.
yeah, it's probably gone.
Well, then it's funny, small budget movie. I mean, small budget movies that props just disappear. Where it's the boombox from Say Anything. That was just rented from a prop house, and they returned it, and now it's just probably on a shelf somewhere.
I think you guys might know the story, but I think Lucas gave the Death Star away. And then when they were, when they needed to do the sequel, they're like, "Where the fuck did that prop go? And then they ended up finding it, and they had to buy it back or rent it back from the guy, something like that, right?
Bubo from Clash of the Titans.
The owl, yeah.
Yeah, it was in a box. So I guess Ray Harryhausen like kept everything, and they were like, it was like 30 years after the movie, and like some guy like they were just going through like boxes and boxes of stuff, and it was just in the back of this warehouse in a box stamped London, just wrapped in a sheet, and just all of these movie memorabilia that have been made are just sitting around.
Okay, I got one for you. Hoggle from Labyrinth. Was apparently they filmed in England, and I guess it wasn't doing well. Labyrinth was, I guess, at the time a disaster, and so Hoggle was stuffed into some luggage and was lost. And so it was found like 10 years later, all decrepit, ugly looking, because it degraded so much. And it's now in a luggage reclaim store somewhere on the East Coast. Because they cast like, hey, we actually found Hoggle, you want to buy Mac? And like, no, we're good, we just remake it.
You know, we're good. And they're like, fuck, that was my retirement plan.
Did we pass 1:30?
50 seconds ago.
Okay, so the last thing I'll say. So, check out, if you like props. Check out. It's on YouTube. It's probably on TikTok.
Tic-tac.
Well, we can't open TikTok.
I pulled a Cody. It's called Scott Prop and Roll.
Is that the old man?
Yeah, he makes a whole bunch of dad jokes.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of his stuff.
He was. I know he did Walker, the Jared Padalecki show, and he talks about other movies that he's done. But he talks a lot about different movie props and things like that. Like a lot of like how they do like ice cream on props and different things. It's really interesting. I won't tell my Godfather story.
Okay.
Well, you've been listening to the Orig, a Damage Control podcasting production. Make sure you check out new episodes every Monday on YouTube, SoundCloud, and Apple Podcasts. And make sure you check out our social medias at Facebook and Instagram. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Adam, push the button.